In any classroom, there are days where we don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. Maybe it's an assembly day where we only have 30 minutes worth of class time. Or maybe it's a day where we had something planned that we thought would be extraordinary, but it didn't go exactly how we planned. These days can be frustrating and tiring as an educator and make us feel completely overwhelmed by the entire process. So today we're going to explore some quick lessons and ideas that teachers can use on those difficult days. I'm Matt from UEN. Let's jump into some tools for when you're feeling overwhelmed as an educator. The first place you can go to get resources for when you're feeling overwhelmed is UEN's eMedia. eMedia is Utah Education Network's OER, or Open Educational Resource Commons. There are literally thousands and thousands of lesson plans, videos, and resources for your classroom. In order to access many of these resources, you will need to have a login as a Utah educator. If you don't have a login currently, there is a video in the notes down below that will walk you through the process. One of my favorite places to go on eMedia is clicking on the hubs. If I click on hubs and see all hubs, I can see every hub that's been created in eMedia for us as educators in the state of Utah. Many of these hubs were co-created with Utah State Board of Education, experts, content area experts, and UEN trainers. These hubs might be on educational topics ranging from health education and mathematics to things like the U.S. Constitution and teacher mentoring, but also on tools that you might be using in your classroom, things like Adobe, Apple, and Google. Any of these hubs, if you click into it, will have resources organized by different content areas, but also by particular tools that you might use. All of the resources are free to use as a Utah educator, and you can import them into your classroom and use them immediately. Jumping over from eMedia's Google for EDU hub to Google's Applied Digital Skills program. If you haven't heard of Google's Applied Digital Skills program, they are a collection of over 200 lesson plans that help educators teach the technology, not the content. Teachers are still responsible for teaching their content, whether it be English language arts, math, science, whatever it might be. But Google recognizes that teachers might need help teaching the technology skills, particularly with Google Platform, to their students. There are 200 plus lessons in here, and they're fantastic to run through. So let's go ahead and jump up to Browse Curriculum. And the first thing I love to check out is their collections. They have a great back to school collection for 2023, which include lessons like introduce yourself in Google Slides, or create a mind map in Google Drawings, or some straightforward lessons about how to use Google, like use Drive to organize files. Each lesson has a start page where it explains the time to complete, the digital tools that are going to be used, and the skills that the students will learn. It also has a walkthrough down below for the students. In the teaching materials, teachers will find a lesson plan, a sample rubric, a certificate of completion, and you can download all the videos for free and put them anywhere you'd like. In the lessons, once students click start, there's a video that has change in playback speeds, captions, and it can be played in English or Spanish. The instructions for the lesson are on the left-hand side, as well as links to all the starter projects. Google's Applied Digital Skills lessons are great for teachers who are a little bit overwhelmed by the technology in their classroom and might need some help teaching those skills to their students. Our third tool for when we're feeling overwhelmed as educators is Nearpod. Nearpod has thousands of lessons, videos, and activities that you can employ in your classroom whenever you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. To start off with, go ahead and log into Nearpod using your district or school credentials, and then navigate over to the left-hand bar for Nearpod Library. Once you're in the library, you can search by featured, grades, subjects, content types, publishers, or if your district or school has it, premium content. For instance, we can go to subjects and start searching for English lessons, math, social studies, or science, but actually what we're going to start with for today is content types. In here, there's videos, lessons, and where we're going to head, which is activities. Activities have quick, easy to use, fun activities for your students to do in class at the drop of a hat. You can go ahead and search by subject. So let's say I want English language arts, And by grade, let's say I want to go with 7th, and it'll give me all these quick activities from drag and drop activities to time to climb, which is a gamified quiz, and more all the way through. Hover over any of them to get a preview, and if you like it, you can go ahead and add it to your lessons. Once it's been added to your lessons, we can go ahead and navigate over to the left-hand bar for My Lessons. And there it is, ready for live participation or student participation. Hopefully now on those difficult days, whether you're using eMedia, Google's Applied Digital Skills, or the Nearpod library, you're able to find lessons that will help you feel less overwhelmed and making it easier to be an educator. Take care.